Being a hairstylist as well as a trichologist is like the best of both worlds. It's kind of in a sense like the doctor and nurse relationship. You have the nurse at the bedside getting a first-hand report on what's going on with that patient. As a hairstylist standing behind the chair, I get a first-hand report on what's going on with the hair and scalp. With trichology, it's like the doctor in a sense. We have to assess what the root cause of that issue may be and come up with a treatment plan to help you manage and treat that issue. So for me, being a hairstylist as well as a trichologist, it's the best of both worlds.
Next question. Is taking care of locks difficult versus loose natural hair or loose natural curls? That's what they wrote. So my take on that is not difficult, but different. Yeah. It's definitely different in the sense of it's compacted, bound hair versus loose hair. You know, there's definitely going to be a different process in terms of how to care for that hair versus hair that is bound and not loose. So I would definitely say different, not difficult. It can be a challenge at first, sometimes for some people, because it takes some getting used to, right? Cleansing and moisturizing is different. And that is what I will say, that is different, right? But can be just as much maintenance, you know, because I think a lot of people feel like locks is one of those things. It's like, just set it and let it, like a crock pot, you know? It's like, no, you still have to care and you have to care for this hair because it's just a different form and it's still hair, you know? But my notes on this is definitely different than loose hair because the objective is to keep the hair bound and together. So you can't do too much manipulation at first, especially with the traditional coil locks. So, and I literally just had this conversation like 5 times this week because I had a lock installation. I had people asking about locks. I had current lock wearers asking about their hair and their maintenance and what can they do because they're working out now and they're sweating more. They want to know which, and I'm like, well, we got to stick to the script and stay the course. This is maintenance. Absolutely. Like you have to do it. So you wanted this and you decided to want to get in shape. So it's like, you got to do what you got to do. Absolutely. You know? So, but I had to tell an individual, like, you work out frequently. So the type of lock you're looking for, I don't really think is conducive to your lifestyle. However, I'm ultimately give you what you're asking for, but I'm giving you the pros and cons of this situation. It's up to you to decide what you're going to do with it. Absolutely. I'm not doing you any harm by giving you this style, but I'm telling you, this isn't in your best interest based off of who you are as a person, right? Of course, they did what they wanted to do because that's what all people do, right? They ask us these questions and they're like, yeah, well, fine, whatever. I'm still going to do whatever. Carry on. Carry on, right? So, I also said the issue with cleansing the scalp is where I see most issues with lock wearers. And applying oils to the scalp, the maintenance can be equal if you want to keep a neat look to your locks. So it's like, it's not that like you, again, just set it and let it and think that it's just going to have this magical, beautiful, you know, natural process. It's just going to get itself together. No. It's like you still have to do these maintenance tips, these techniques, these routines and things like that. Sometimes you may have to do banding in the beginning with locks, you know, so that they don't come undone. But then there's certain lock techniques to where it's like they can get wet a little bit without coming undone. So it all depends on your lifestyle, who you are as an individual, and what your goals are for your hair and your locks. But difficult, not difficult, but I would definitely say different. You know, and it's but not difficult. Right. Yeah. I agree. You agree? I agree.